Whoa, 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 and we're back. And look what we have here. We have two new panelists with two different ideals. Let us know who you are, what you got going on, and where we can follow you.
Well, my name is Pradia. I go by The Cat's Meow. Also, you can find me on Instagram at The Cat's Meow Official. All of your reality shows that you know and love and hip hop. I'm talking Greenleaf. We're talking everything. I really love Greenleaf. So if you like Greenleaf, you need to hit me up at The Cat's Meow Official on Instagram and just The Cat's Meow on YouTube.
And who do we have over here?
It's your girl Cole from Backstreets with Cole. The livest interviews in Houston Underground, breaking different underground artists, rappers, singers, entertainers, comedians, stylists. I'm here to debate this R. Kelly. Appreciate Broadcast Houston for bringing me out again. So we finna go into it.
Salute, man. This is our first time meeting in real life too, and everybody's following each other, as y'all will see in the blooper reel that we didn't just get. So it's a whole bunch of love and positive energy in the H-Town, man. We right here downtown, man, and salute to Screwston Soul for opening up their location. Y'all must definitely check them out. But we about to get deep and dirty into this thing. Before we get to more in-depth questions, Pradia, from the overall look of the docuseries, what is your first reaction?
I wanted to nail his ass to the cross. I feel like he's guilty. Not by association, he is just fucking guilty. Like, guilty, and everybody who was complicit in their silence is just as guilty. Everybody should go down. The brother is already in the slammer, but we need to add more charges to his shit so we can make sure he don't get out. The road manager he's the worst one. He was there when Aaliyah and them got married. He was there for all of that. They were going out and finding girls for him. Like, that's sick. They are all as sick. Just because they weren't doing the action does not mean that they weren't just as guilty. Shut all of that shit down, and his ass needs to go to jail. If we can send Bill Cosby, we can send his ass too.
Okay, cool.
I don't think, man, I think we should wait till everything come out to really condemn that man like that. But I mean, watching the docuseries, a lot of good editing they had going on, in my opinion. I do feel like everybody played their part, including R. Kelly, but the parents just as well. Money is a powerful tool. It's a powerful thing. Parents will take a 17-year-old and throw them on stage with a 32-year-old man and say, he got my lady, you took your daughter and said it was okay. Well, I didn't think it was that serious. It's crazy that we live in a world like it's not that serious until it's in our back door. But why y'all didn't take it serious with Aaliyah? We praised Roxanne, but that was an old man with a younger girl. But that's such a great movie. But this man is such a bad person, just like the road manager, just like this person, just like that person. We just so quick to just point him out. He can't do all that by himself. That's all I'm saying. But is he wrong? Hell yeah.
Hey, okay. So the other two panelists, how guilty is his camp? First of all, can he do this alone without those people? And two, how much of is this a fault of his camp?
I feel like that his camp plays, if not an equal hand, just as big of a hand as he plays in it. I feel like that sex trafficking is something that is huge in America, and to say for all of these years, it's this happened. The first tape came out in 2002. It's 2019. Okay, so to say that he's been doing all of this by himself when there were several girls on the the docu-series who said that he could barely even read.
Oh, he did say he can't
yeah, they did. His wife said his ass could barely read, and so did one of the other females. So it's just like, if you can barely read, how are you?
Them girls need to be teaching them how to read, huh?
Exactly. Like, how do you got a whole concubine and everything like that going on? And so I feel like that also, some of the girls was basically saying that it was situations to where the girls would be laying in rooms and not to speak to anyone unless engaging in sexual activity. With who? Just him? I highly doubt he was the only person coming through touching on them young girls. It's just like, I feel like that a lot of the times it's being so much that's being covered up because he's not the only person that's gonna go down if it all comes out.
Miss Blue.
I totally agree with that, and I feel that his whole team is responsible for what happened. They all turned a blind eye to everything, even Sparkle in the docuseries. I could not stomach her interview. She was really making me upset. With I went out and got the girls, but I didn't know any better. I didn't. You knew. Everyone around you knew. You knew, like Pradia said, you knew. Everyone knew that was on that tour bus. Y'all know when them doors closed that man was sleeping with Aaliyah. And I just think that is wrong to sit up here and act like everyone is pretending and dumbfounded. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what time it is. You all capitalized off the situation is what took place. And to me, it seems like everybody is broke now. And the reason why I say that, because how ironic is it that after the docuseries, Sparkle dropped a single?
That song.
Oh my gosh.
Now, she dropped a single. I caught that. I'm on Twitter faithfully. She dropped a single after a decade. Okay, I have to let the cat out the bag. She did that, and after that, I was like, you know what? I'm not saying he's not guilty. He's guilty. But now I'm thinking, all y'all need to be in trouble for that, because, girlfriend, you dropping music right during this. We can't take you serious. You know, and so that's my stance. Your whole team is corrupt. It was just not R. Kelly, like you all are saying. He couldn't have done that by himself, and he didn't do it by himself. All of them are responsible for everything they played a part in by not speaking up. And yeah, Sparkle, you're trifling.
Yes. I didn't know that.
I had no clue.
Oh yeah, she dropped the song "Publicity Stunt." Yeah, after you crocodile tears and. Oh yeah, she's pushing.
What is it about? Is it a Be Careful part 2? Like,
I didn't know that either.
Stick to her same kind of background with the like melodies, and the voice is still there, but why now?
Okay, so next question. Okay, so I mean, with the wife, I think, but she was dancing on Instagram to R. Kelly's song. What do you feel about that? I mean, is that condoning? Is that, can you still be a fan? And
no, you can, especially if you're part of the fucking documentary.
Right.
You're in it. You weren't just watching it. For us,
Exactly.
we can say that you were in it, crying your tears and doing all of this. So why you don't feel that way when his music is playing? Like, I don't understand.
She said that this man ruined her children's life, that people in her children's school was coming up to her kids telling them that you can't sit with me because your daddy's a pedophile. If somebody told my son something like that, not only would it break my heart, I've been trying to break that man in every way, shape, or form. And so I just feel like that for you to, right after the docuseries, be sitting there talking about, singing his song, Step in the Name, whatever, loud, with enthusiasm, you know what I'm saying? With pride. When you was just literally, I'm looking at you on Instagram now, but I was just looking at you on my Fire Stick crying, talking about go to hell. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you need to really make up your mind. You really need to pick a side.
Okay, I mean, so can you, and I guess this is the big question, in music, like, because you listen to music, you can have great music and you can have an artist. In 2019, do we listen to artists for their music, or do we listen to the artists for who they are in 2019?
Me personally, I listen for music, but that's just because of me. But I think nowadays we care more about the person, what they wearing, or who they is, or who they associate themselves with, and we quick to jump in or jump on their wave, which is cool or whatever bring you, attract you. I don't think we actually take a listen or whatever. And I think with R. Kelly, I mean, he's a great artist, and I know it's hard because to tie the two, like professional and people personal life, because there's like these teachers that do these type of things or whatever. It's like, are they able to teach again? Should they get another job? They get that pass, or they make mistakes, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
But did they do it for 20 years?
20 years.
And did they have a whole team of niggas saying, go ahead, like, I'm gonna go ahead and get you a whole gang of girls? Like, it wasn't.
I think the big thing you said, like, he was not the only one that messed with these girls.
The whole team
and I feel like if once that comes out, they got their own jail together prison.
The documentary was them clearing their ass, basically.
Who clearing their ass?
Hugh Hefner did it legally. She was asking, did Hugh Hefner do the same thing?
But do y'all
And
think that? Do y'all think that all of the girls that was in Hugh Hefner's camp, all of the girls who came through that Playboy Bunny house was definitely 18? I mean, because we've seen so many times how young white girls, I mean, and I'm just saying, being real, we've seen so
Barely
many
legal.
times how they be so thirsty to like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Get be seen.
Oh, it happens
And
in
that's
Hollywood all the
and that's
time.
not exactly.
Yeah.
And it's not just to say that it's just the white girls. It's the black girls too. But we've seen so many times. Like, people don't get stuff off of movies from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we've seen so many times, time and time again. So do we shun him? Do we? Oh, you've been a pedophile for
Yeah.
20 years. Da 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 da. Because some of these girls went on the docuseries, said that they were I was 19, I was 21 when I first met him, and we was messing with each other since da 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 time. You know, this thing. So all of the girls were not initially underage, and then you even got that one lady who,
was in
33
her
years
30s.
old. So it's just like, yes, granted, this man does mess with little girls. We saw the video. So it's just like, that is not a question. But what I am saying is, do we tear down this black man and then turn a blind eye to people who may have been doing the same exact thing? Because we praised him to his death. Hugh Hefner's the man, you know what I'm saying? But let's be real. Can we truly say that every single girl who came through his camp was 18? And if they were younger, can we also truly say, based off of his character, him liking to have sex, this and the other, that he would have turned it down?
I feel like, yep, we should. And this is why. As black people, we have a responsibility to who we consume. White people don't benefit from R. Kelly. So that ain't really got shit to do with us. I mean, what black person is going out and buying Playboy? You know, we don't care.
I mean,
But as far as black
debatable.
people, we have a social responsibility. Cause
right, debatable. We buy Playboy.
we also like the busty black brunettes. So we don't like.
This is why we have Prada on the show.
Yes,
Y'all go ahead and check out his YouTube.
I mean, be real. The niggas in here ain't really finna get off on no blonde girl with blue eyes. You want a sister. And he wasn't bringing all them sisters in there.
Okay, so if we is speaking real, we is speaking facts. With me, myself, personally, when I'm thinking of porn, I barely like to watch black porn. I feel like black girls, on Ebony, they do a little too much. I do
The
like the
noises
white
is just
girls.
extra.
I do like them. I really enjoy it. So I feel like that just the same way that I said, it's a preference thing.
Yeah,
You might
it
look at
is.
it like, oh, we don't like these blonde chicks, but every single time you go, blondes have more fun. Even black girls I put on a blonde wig and be like, blondes have more fun. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just
Right.
it's a preference thing. So to say that like nobody's looking at it, it's just almost how some white guys say, ain't nobody looking at these black girls.
Here's a question. Oh, we about to talk now. If R. Kelly is Tiger Woods and getting 17, 16-year-old white girls, does the black community give him more grace?
We gave it to Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, this Blue ain't said in a while.
We done put Tiger Woods in the mix. I left Tiger alone too. I don't think Tiger get grace either.
Well, no. I mean,
Like,
that's not the question. No, the question is if R. Kelly was messing with all young white girls,
Okay.
does the black community give R. Kelly more grace?
Okay, so from what I'm seeing online and versus myself and people that I'm talking to, regardless of the race, we do not give R. Kelly grace. It doesn't matter to me. Like, you victimize young white ladies, young black ladies, you're a predator. I mean, there's no in between. You're not right just because you chose, white girls or one race over the other. You're wrong for what you're doing, period. So, I mean, I don't grant you grace for that.
He may
no.
get away with it more because he's doing it to black girls.
With the white girls, we wouldn't have an opportunity to give R. Kelly grace because the white girl is America's sweetheart.
There
So
you
the
go.
minute she gets on the television and starts crying, the world is running to her rescue and he is going down. Indictment,
Exactly.
allegations or not, R. Kelly is guilty if
Right.
a white girl say he did it.
So with the cultural stigma, then how Tiger Woods or Kobe Bryant or Michael J, whatever, you know what I'm saying, dealing with other races, and it's like, oh, why is it the black girls crying wolf? You know what I'm saying?
It's something that's been going on since the beginning of time. If you look at our so if you look at the social ladder and basically how it was played out from the beginning of time. So initially, we are, as in the black people, we had to fight to be looked at as humans compared to property. Okay, because at first we were property. So then they freed us, they abolished slavery, but we weren't citizens. You're free, but you're not a citizen. And so finally we continue to fight to be acknowledged as citizens. But then you have to, then it's like, okay, fine, okay, I will allow you guys to be citizens and I'll allow your men to vote. So it's just like, in a way, two of our biggest factors is sexism and racism. So a lot of the times, us as black women, we find ourselves kind of muting the black women and the black woman struggle, putting it second to racism. Because a lot of people, they're looking at, okay, well, society tells me that black means pure, black means godly, dark means, bad, we represent that, with bad things. So it's like, first we put into our heads the color aspect of it. And so it's just like, okay, if we're saying we're looking at color, we're looking at men and women, we're looking at everything black and white. What is the next aspect we're going to look at it? Okay, well, who's stronger, or who's more, a man or a woman? So it's just like, okay, after we put the color aspect, we put man or woman. Well, man comes first. So who's last? If you're really looking at it, who's really last? We have the white man, then the black man, then the white woman, then the black woman at the end. So a lot of the times, it's easier to discredit the black woman. It's easier to brush us off because society has suffocated us and muted us, not just by the color of our skin, but by the appearance of our breasts versus us having breasts and not balls.
Okay, Miss Blue, Backstreet with Code, what do y'all have to say about that?
So, touching on that topic, I feel that society has indeed taken the voice away of the black women, and the reason why we can't speak out without them saying that we're crying wolf is because I feel like they have painted a pretty picture of the white versus the black way, meaning this: when the white woman is screaming, this person did this to me, I got raped or assaulted, it is painted different, meaning that you see force, it's been some type of trauma, she's screaming, she's crying, and it's more believable versus the black woman screaming, I got raped, I got assaulted. We're already labeled as an angry black woman, for one. For two, if you notice, the picture that they're painting with these girls is they were willing to go off with R. Kelly. He didn't have a gun to their head. Versus when you see a white woman getting assaulted and you hear her story, she more than likely had a gun aimed at her head. She might have been grabbed into a car, duct tape. They just paint a different picture in society. So that is why when we scream rape, assault, torture, we're lying. We're screaming wolf. Girl, you didn't have to go with that man. You knew better than that. And that's why I say that our voice has been shunned, and as far as being a black woman in society, when we're having the same, type of issues with assault and rape and things of that nature.
Backstreets with Cole. We gonna end it off with you.
It probably goes back to if he had did it to white girls, it would probably been like that OJ syndrome. Well, shit, he got one of theirs, so shit, we could cheer him out. At least it ain't ours. But then when it happens to ours, now we all in turmoil and it's so messed up and it's so wrong. But if we like that across the board, it wouldn't be none of this divide. But I think it's always gonna be this divide within us, within society, regardless how you shape it or how you change it. At the end of the day, y'all.